Bruh, they killed Miss Marvel off. Are you kidding me, man? That's crazy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another dope episode. Thank you for joining. Honestly, I'm gonna start saying this because I don't say it often, but if you like this channel, please like and subscribe it. It helps me keep on going. At this point, it's just like, self-confidence, I guess. But if you could, it's a good thing to help. I'm just trying to help people out based off what I know. So please like and subscribe to this so your boy can keep on going. But today, we are talking about this little device right here. Yep, you see it. We are talking about the Atomos Ninja V Plus. Your boy picked one up, and I must say, I love this thing. I love this thing so much. It has honestly been a bit of a game changer for me. Some of the things that how I work and all this kind of stuff, it's pretty dope. So I like it. It's been dope. Today I'm gonna tell you some things that I really like about this thing, and then I'm gonna tell you some things that you should know about it. Not necessarily cons, and I'll explain, but it's just some things that if you picking this thing up, you should know. Okay? All right, so let's jump right into it. Talk about the specs. You got a 5.2 inch touchscreen, 1080p touchscreen that accepts 4K 60 in and 4K 60 out, so you can get that dope video. Also, it comes with a bunch of stuff internally that I'm going to talk about. This thing is a monster, so there's a bunch of things that I'm going to talk about with this because I know it has a lot of other features. But again, I'm not super technical, so if you like to know a little bit more technical things about this, go ahead, find another channel. I'm here to kind of give the novice person, some idea as to what's going on here. I'm gonna just give you some of the reasons why I really like this bad boy. So thing number one, bigger screen. Honestly, the bigger screen than just using what's on the camera, it's been a game changer, and I'm not gonna elaborate on this too much, but particularly why I like this screen size is because it actually allows me to do different things and shoot differently and kind of see, what, the world of my lens is looking at a lot differently. So, I get down lower, I'm shooting different angles now because I have that real estate to see from a distance. Your boy spec'd up, so, I need all of the vision that I could possibly get, and this screen allows for that. Any screen allows for it, you know what I mean? But a bigger screen, obviously dope, instead of using the little 3 whatever inch that comes with these cameras now. So that's a dope thing. Number two, like I said, it's loaded with options, and these options are, if you are a creator and if at this point, if you got it, you are definitely a creator because you ain't spending $800 on this just to not. Anyway, this thing comes loaded with a ton of dope features that helps you as a videographer, kind of do your job a lot better and a lot easier. So thing number one about the little details, that it comes with LUTs in there. You can program LUTs that you use on a regular basis in your workflow onto the screen, press a button, and it shows up as you would see it recording. So it's easy enough for you to be like, okay, I like this one. And if you don't like that one, you could test out and say, let me try how this LUT might look. And none of it is like set in stone. You could just kind of view it as you go, which is dope. And I say it's not set in stone, which kind of set in stone. I'll explain a little bit. It's kind of set in stone if you go that route. Before I move on, I should say you can also shoot and kind of see how it looks in Rec 709. You can see false color. You can see zebra color. You can do the native, C-Log, S-Log, or whatever log that you shoot in. You can see all that also. So I should probably say that before I move on to the next thing, which is the ability to shoot in higher resolution. And I'd be very 100% honest with you. These cameras can do a whole bunch now. You can shoot at higher resolutions. I don't have the money to even see it, but like, to be honest with you, but the fact that I could do it, I got the R6 Mark II, y'all know that, but the fact that I can shoot in 6K now, raw, is fire. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do another video on that because I did try it out, and again, I'm not the best at all that right now. I'm still learning that. Shooting raw is kind of dope. I'm not shooting raw other ways, but you can shoot 8K, 6K, 5K, 4K, of course, to this thing. And when I say shoot that, you can record on it, because this is a recorder that you can record directly to the unit and, you know, get all that footage that, you know, unlock the potential of your camera. I know the R5C can shoot, you know, 8K. If you didn't want to drain the battery and necessarily the memory card of that, you can record directly to this. In the case of, you know, my R6 and some other cameras out there on the market, but in case of my R6 Mark II, you need an external device to be able to record to, because it does not allow you to record on board with the camera. So you need this to get that 6K raw footage out, which is dope again, but you need a device like this. So the ability to record at high resolutions. And then on that note, the third thing that I really like about it, and mind you, there's more things. Again, if you want more technical stuff, go ahead, go that direction. But for me personally, I have the R6 and R6 Mark II, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. The R6 is good, but my goodness, it overheats like none other. That is an Achilles heel. They fixed it in the R6 Mark II, but that is just a huge problem. However, the third thing I like about it is that by having this screen, I can shoot and record directly to it instead of to the Mark 6, the R6, and it is not going to overheat. I don't have to drain all the energy using that, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. It is absolutely a game changer in a sense. It kind of like gave the R6 for me more life as a videographer. It gave, which is crazy because I was ready to send that bad boy back, upgrade to a second Mark II or R5 or something. I'm still gonna do that, but like now it's not urgent. Like this screen just fixed that problem. I feel like it's like a mini loophole, you know. You know, the R6 doesn't have to use the screen. It doesn't have to use any other energy and anything like that. So it's just fire, you know what I mean? Now that kind of segues into some things you should know about using this screen. While it's very dope, it's very cool. If this is your first time getting a screen like this, you gotta be careful going into it right away. And one of the big things that I want to let you know is that whatever you are recording on this screen is being recorded from the camera. So what you see is what you get, is what I'm trying to say. So you'll see all the stuff around the screen if your camera isn't shot like that. So just be cautious of what you have on your camera body, because whatever is on this screen is going to pop up, you know. So just be careful of that, because if you're at a wedding, if you're at any event that you have to shoot video for and using the screen, you get home and you're like, oh shit, that's all on the screen. There's no way to get that back. The only way you can get that back is if you are recording internally to the camera also. So just a note for those that are new to this, and just please don't make that mistake. I did, and it's a nightmare. So just the second thing I'll do is I'm going to show you a walkthrough of how you set up to avoid that, in a sense, to get around that and not have to worry about the stuff on the screen. But also, here's some settings for you to use so that you can get the 6K footage out of the camera, because you have to change some different settings. So here you go. So here's how you set up the 6K raw footage from the Canon R6 Mark II. First, you want to be inside the red menu here and go to menu number 8. You're going to go down to HDMI display, and right now I have it set to just the screen display. But if you go up here, you can set it to the camera so the back camera display as well as the monitor display. But you see there, it won't record to the camera internally, which anymore. So, but keep that in mind. That's going to change just a little bit. So select that. But then also, if you want to do the 6K footage, you have to scroll over to image stabilization inside menu number 7 of the red option. And you want to turn all of this off. Okay, so yeah, you're probably like, wait a minute, I want stabilization. Unfortunately, all that's got to be turned off. Back out of there. Now you are set to go, actually almost set to go. You have to go back to the menu number 8. Now you see that HDMI raw output is highlighted now. You can select it. Before it was gray. You want to go in there, obviously turn that on so you can get the raw output. Now slide, why do I keep doing that? Now you want to slide over all the way to the very first option, go up to your movie recording size, and you'll see now that you have HDMI and a second option. Things have changed a little bit. So let's go to this first one. And while it says 4K on these menus right here, if you look up in the corner there, it says 6000 by 3374 at 24 frames. It's 6K raw. Okay, I don't know why they don't change the menu there. It still says 4K. Not my problem, not my situation. But you can select whatever you want, all the way up to 4K 60, 4K 30. I set mine to 4K 24 because these file sizes are ridiculous. So go ahead and select that. But then the second option here is this records to the memory card only. It records to the second slot memory card on your camera like a proxy file in full 1080p HD, and you get 23 frames per second, fine, or you can have like a slimmed down version, 4K 24. Keep mine at the regular 4K 24, and boom, there you go. Now you are all set to shoot in 6K. And then the last thing that I want to tell you about that you should know, again, these are not cons. These are just things that you should know. This next part might sound like a bunch of cons, but I was almost conned. Anyway, so there's cost that goes with this thing. I got this on sale for $5.99. It is normally $7.99, I want to say. So, you know, you're spending almost $800 if you don't get it on sale. But what you don't realize is that this thing doesn't come with a lot of the stuff that you need to get it to run properly. First off, it doesn't come with a battery. I get that. I'm so glad because I don't read the box, first of all, you know, like that, who reads the instructions or the boxes, anything like that. But I didn't read that. But luckily, I was so anxious to set it up inside the store where I got it. When I set it up, I was looking for the battery, and there was no battery to be found. And luckily, I was still there because had I got home, ooh-wee, would have been a problem. So you got to get a battery. But then also, you need the charger for that battery. So just keep that in mind because there's no charger for it. Then the second thing that you must get is a hard drive, because while it does record internally, you need that hard drive to record to. Now, I got the Samsung Evo 8 something, I don't know. I got a hard drive. It was $50 on Amazon when I got it at the time of this recording. It's been working fine for me, but you need that piece to actually record. It's a 1 terabyte hard drive. So that's thing number 2 you don't have. Thing number 3 is now to get that footage off of that hard drive, you have to get that to the computer somehow. And it doesn't come with that piece that you need also, because that's a SATA hard drive, SSD, and you need something to get it off. So you have a couple options. I bought 2 different options and I got 2 different opinions about them. One is just a simple cord that I got from Best Buy. It was $14. You know, it works. However, when I was hooking up to a Mac, my Mac Studio, the docking issue, you had to kind of unplug the USB to plug it back in. and that was a bit of a nightmare, or not headache, not nightmare, but a headache to keep on doing that, to get it to read because you plug it straight in. If you have a Mac, you kind of know, like, sometimes when you mount an SD card, it doesn't read the first time, you got to pop it out. It's an issue for Mac users. But that $13 cable, I guess you pay for what you get. I did end up ordering at the same time. I had the Atomos version of it coming in. That's $80. So I had to buy that one. But that works perfectly. It works perfectly fine. Of course, for $80, it works fine. I'm sure there's other alternatives. I'm kind of like that person and like, hey, I don't really want third-party stuff, but if I have to get third-party stuff, I'll do it. I'm that type of person. So I got that one. It works completely fine. Docks, well, yada, yada, yada. But you need it. You need it. And then lastly, you need HDMI cords. So you need to find the right HDMI cords. If you are like a Sony user, anybody that has a full HDMI, you might possibly have those laying around. So that's cool. But like if you're a Canon user, R6 or any one of them, I think, you need the HDMI to HDMI micro cord, and that is a bit of a headache to get at a decent length and at a decent price. I actually have the Condor blue cable that I just purchased. I'm using that right now. Actually, I'm not using that right now. I'm actually using one that I ordered and I got from little Micro Center here, a little shop. But this is cool. It allows me to have the screen right here. So pretty dope. But you need that. You need an HDMI cord. And if you are using it as a monitor out to another monitor, you need a second HDMI cord. So long story short, there are costs that goes into the initial cost of this monitor. So again, not a con, but just keep that in mind when you are purchasing this. That's it. But I got some free game for you. So the really cool thing about this, and like the full potential about this whole monitor situation from Atomos, is that they have this new camera to cloud feature that allows you to record and send it straight to the cloud to continue your workflow to somebody who is off-site, and they can get the footage and start editing and monitoring it right there on the spot. Now, you need the Atomos Connect or Shotgun or the Zato. Any one of those devices. The Connect, which I will have in a little bit, connects directly to my Atomos Ninja V Plus. So that allows me to wirelessly send my footage and data to the cloud. And it's pretty dope. I haven't used it yet, but I want to. Now, that's the benefit of it, but how do you do it? You need a Frame.io account to do that, as well as another account from Atomos, which I believe that's free. The Frame.io is not free. That is subscription based. So you got to shell out a little bit more money. I just said that, a little bit more money. However, here's the free game part. If you are an Adobe Creative Cloud user, you actually get a small version. It's the full version, but a smaller version, I don't know, of it from Frame.io. It's included in your subscription from Adobe, so you don't have to pay. What you get is you get 2 users, nothing more than that. If you want more, you can subscribe to different versions of it. But the Adobe version gives you 2 users, and it also gives you a small amount of hard drive space. I'm not sure, cloud storage space. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. But you get a small amount for it. And honestly, it's enough if you're doing like one, a small project, or you're doing something somebody else site and you delete and you manage your cloud storage. Pretty decent. I signed up for it. I don't have my device yet, but I will, and I'll do a video on that, talk about how that experience is. But yeah, free game. So if you want to experience the camera to cloud feature of it from Atomos, there's your free game. You get it free with your Adobe Cloud. Boom. Now, before we get out of here, you know what time it is. I got to send y'all off with some good vibes, man. If nobody told you, I'm going to tell you I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Make sure your 2023 keeps going strong, and if it ain't going strong, make it go strong. Here's my good vibes to you, man. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe. I'll see ya next week. Peace.